Hi everybody! Today we're going to be talking everything craft business. When I say we're going to be talking about everything, that's not entirely true. We're going to be talking about a couple of things that I am doing with my creative circle / new CIC thing. So for those of you that don't know, a CIC is a community interest company, which is a bit like a non-profit in America or a social enterprise. It sort of straddles all of those things, but it's also a business as well. And what I have been trying to do is to sort of grow my little creative section of it in my local community. So we call ourselves the Creative Circle. I did a lot of drop-in sessions last year, and we had like a really great little gang of people. There were about 6 people in my little gang, and the population of the area I live is 6,000. So successful, you be the judge. Did it make an impact on the 6 people that were there? Absolutely it did. Are we all still in touch now and send each other photos of stuff that we do? Absolutely we do. So that's a great thing. I think this year I just want to sort of try and start making it a bit more accessible, start putting on some services and stuff, and just see how we can develop that. This is a disclaimer, by the way, that if business stuff or if, you know, this sort of thing isn't your jam, just click subscribe and hit the bell button, and then you can watch next week's where I'm just doing some really nice Easter crafts instead. So obviously behind the scenes there's been a lot of incorporating into business and stuff like that. So my friend already had a CIC which she was running really successfully, and she has said that we can sort of take Creative Circle under that umbrella, which means that I am then part of that wider company but still able to do my things. But basically what that means is that I don't have to do any paperwork, which is brilliant. So today I thought what we could do is I could share with you a little bit of what I've been getting up to and what I've got coming up in the next couple of weeks in terms of the Creative Circle. So the first thing that I've got is coming on Sunday, which is Mother's Day in the UK, and I don't know if this video will go out in time, we'll see. But Mother's Day. So I have made some, let me just show you. As they say in Blue Peter, here's one I made earlier. Oh, R.I.P. Blue Peter. So in these little packs, I have, she says, trying to pull them out, I have made a little rose, and I've made a little thing here that says sending love to, and it's lots of different types of mums. So mums that have lost children, for children that don't speak to their mums, working mums, single mums, all sorts of things like that. And so I've made them up into these little packs, and how many have I made? 12 in total. So I've made 12 of those, and then on Mother's Day I'm going to pop them all out into the country park. I'm just going to put them on like some benches so that they're really visible, so that they won't get picked up by wildlife or anything like that. Won't be a environmental issue, and so hopefully they will cheer up someone's day. The second thing I'm going to be doing today, which I want to bring you on the journey with me, if you would like the pattern for those roses, you can find it on the Hobbycraft website. I am going to be making a spring wreath. I've talked about it a few times now, still haven't actually made it, but I've talked about it. I'm going to put the link down below, and it's got a load of crochet patterns for all the different flowers that are on the spring wreath. A rose was one of them, so I used that pattern for those roses. But I'll put the link down below. Anyway, the next thing that I'm doing today, or rather for the rest of the week, you're going to have to join me for the rest of the week, I'm afraid. I promise I'm not a one-trick pony, because I am going to show you some more crochet. I am going to be doing some sewing in this video as well. So we've got a community fair coming up on the 12th of April, and I want to have a stall at the community fair as part of Creative Circle. I'm going to sell some packs. And the packs are going to be just a little printout of a flower or of a child, and they're going to have a little glue stick in there, and they're going to have some little scraps of fabric, and they can stick the scraps of fabric onto make little outfits and stuff like that. or to decorate the flowers. I thought it'd be really good because firstly it's using fabric, secondly it's reducing textile waste, thirdly super sustainable. So nice and easy. Going to be doing some of those packs at the fair, but obviously I need like some signage or a banner or something, so hence why I'm holding on to these. These are, so far, my little crocheted alphabets. I've got a C. I don't know if this is mirrored or not. It's a C, I promise. What I've done is I've acquired some, what are they called? If it's not a written pattern, what's it called? A graph? That doesn't sound right. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a live version of my brain shutting down and stopping working. Come on, brain, think of things. Literally can't remember the word, but it's a visual interpretation of what the pattern would look like, and it is, I'm just going to put a picture up. Why didn't I just think to do that? Voila. And so, oh no, I've lost my C, dropped my C on the floor. So I'm going to crochet the name, and then in fabric I'm going to have Creative Circle at the bottom, and then I'm going to applique that on. So I'm going to be doing that with you today. I've bought some fabric stabilizer, so that, or rather interfacing, so that I can make the fabric a bit sturdier for when I'm cutting it. I've got some new fabric scissors from Amazon, and I'm going to be reusing all the fabric that I already have in my stash, because we are reduce, reuse, recycling today. So first things I need to do, get my fabric ready and print out my stencils for my Creative Circle. That's the word, Creative Circle. It's not actually a circle of creative. Anyway, as a side note, whilst I'm also trying to organise my Creative Circle stuff, I am also organising summer fair stuff. So I am organising a community summer fair. It's going to be out in the country park. I anticipate 1,000 people. If I don't get 1,000 people, I'll be annoyed. I'm currently in discussions with the local pub, asking them to do a pop-up pub. We'll see how it goes. This is basically me just wanting to be able to drink on the job and going to really elaborate measures to try and get a pop-up pub in the summer fair. But that's not till July. It's ages away. I don't have to worry about it. But it's one of those little niggly things that you've just got to get people booked in to make sure that, you know, they actually turn up. I have printed these out, and I've got scraps of fabric. And then I've got this big bit of fabric. So I think this is probably enough to like drape over a table, isn't it? And then I can have Creative Circle on that bottom bit there. And then this bit will act like a tablecloth draped over. I think that'll work, won't it? That'll look quite nice. Oh, it needs a bit of an iron. I'm going to have to iron it, hem it. And then I've got some interfacing which I'm going to put onto the fabric, and then cut these out, use them as a template to cut out of the fabric. The reason I want to put interfacing on is so that it has a crisper cut on it, and so that it's sturdier, because otherwise it'll be all flimsy when I'm cutting it, won't it? I've just got to decide which bits of fabric I like the most. I don't want to show off or anything, but I'm so clever that I remembered to put them mirrored. Woohoo! Yay for me! I'm not ruining it. So I'm alternating the letters. I've done this fabric, that one, this one, and then I've got a fourth pink one as well. It's later in the day. We have managed, ta-da! This one would like to help me. So she's going to glue the C. So what we're doing is, so I've cut everything out, and we're going to glue it down. Ignore this, I'm listening to an audiobook. We're going to glue it down, and then after that I'm going to go over the top with the sewing machine. Yes, madam.
I just like the camera.
I just love the camera. She's her mother's daughter. I'll tell you what's annoying. The fact that I have to move all the fabric around, that's quite frustrating. The more I move the fabric around, the more the other letters are coming away. And not just coming away from the fabric, they're coming away from the interfacing as well. So I'm working with both rows. I'm just working 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the hope that I can just get across. I think I'm just gonna probably have to re-stick if things do come off. But yeah, this is long and laborious, very long and laborious. I finished my audiobook. That was, what did I listen to? Margaret Atwood, dearly. I do like Margaret Atwood, but poems, not entirely convinced. But I finished that, and now I've got Heart 90s on in the background. Hopefully you can't hear it, because otherwise all of this will be muted. And I think I will stick Kardashians on the iPad and see if I can get it done in one episode of Kardashians. Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. I think these ones don't look like they're sticking out, like they're standing out very much, but I think it'll be different when it's draped, and also different when it's in daylight as opposed to night light. But yeah, let me show you. So I haven't gone around the middle of the R's, or the A's, but I have done the outside. They're a little bit, so like here, they're a tiny bit frayy, but I'm hoping that that will come good. That should be okay. And also, I don't know if you can see, so like here, it started to come away from the interfacing, which is a bit frustrating, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's only a little handmade thing. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And then I'm gonna put my crocheted bits on the top as to like where it, oh, it looks a bit crap now, doesn't it? I might rethink that. I might make some more letters and put them up the top because I have enough stuff. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that maybe it's not as nice as I thought. I thought that the contrast between the different styles would be quite nice. So the difference between the cross stitch, the difference between the crochet and the fabric would be quite pretty, but now that I've seen it, I'm not so sure. So I might make some other letters, fabric letters instead. Right, that's me done for this week's video. I'm sorry that it's been a bit nonplussed. The banner hopefully will do really well. Like I said, the show or the event is in 2 weeks time, so I will put some photos up on my Instagram if you want to see that in 2 weeks. I told you about the little kits that I'm going to be making, so I'll make those up maybe next week, maybe the week after, and on Sunday I've got my little roses to send out. Next week I'm going to be doing some Easter craft, so I'm going to be making little Easter boxes, little bunny boxes, and just seeing like all these viral things online. We're going to give them a go and see what works and what doesn't. So stick around for that. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell button and all the good things. Right everyone, have a great week. See you soon. Bye.